met this guy in Edinburgh a couple of years ago. He's a great friend of mine. Very excited he's come all the way over from the UK to close the show tonight. So please give him a lot of love. Give it up for your closing act of the night. It is Mr. Nick Copley!
My voice went a bit weird there, didn't it? Quite pitched and weird. Yeah, I've got a bit of a dodgy throat. That's all this great weather we're having in the UK. But anyway, I'll see that again. Hello, Utrecht! Woo! Obviously, not everyone is from Utrecht. We know this, so that might be a little bit of the issue here. But I am Nick. I am from the UK. We'll get out of the way. I'll tell you a bit about myself. I don't know what I look like in the spotlight, but basically, I'm of the mixed heritage. I like to say heritage to give it a bit more class, you know, a bit more middle class. Because you look like a very middle class crowd. You might be rough as fuck. I have no idea. I mean, but you, sir, I mean, look, there's lots of love going on now. Would you say you're middle class or working class? Don't worry, Uncle Nicky is here to help. Have you ever been skiing? In that case, that makes you middle class. Where I'm from, anyway. Actually, maybe you all go skiing. I have no idea. I'm from northwest London. It's a shithole. So, but yeah, I basically talk about being mixed race. I'd like to get that away. Basically, my mum is from England. My dad is from the West Indies. So I don't know if we've got any sports fans in, but that means I've got to support two shit cricket teams. But I mentioned that I get told I don't look of black heritage. I get lots of different things. I did some shows in Australia and New Zealand. They told me that like I could be Maori. Oh yeah, okay, I think they were taking the piss when they said that. Have you seen those Maori guys, like the rugby players and all that? If I am in any way Maori, I've got a serious muscle wasting disease. And they're like, I'm not small, but they're huge, right? I get Indian quite a lot. People think I look Indian, which is cool, I don't mind. But it becomes a problem in comedy because, as I'm sure you understand, a lot of people on stage, and you do it in life, you do like, make jokes that are basically self-deprecating. Make fun of yourself, we can make fun of other things, we can just have a bit of a laugh. It's a human connection thing. So black comedians do jokes about being black. Gay comedians do jokes about being gay, that kind of thing. Right? So I did a show recently in the West End of London, went on stage, 150 people in, a really buzzing, fun night, got carried away, forgot to mention my dad was a black guy. You're way ahead of me, sir. Just started doing those kind of jokes, black jokes. The entire audience just looked at me like, this Indian guy is fucking racist. That did not go well, I can assure you. Because I do have had some interesting interactions based on my heritage. I did the Melbourne Comedy Festival and there was a load of bogans in the front row. Bogans, if you're not aware of the term, they are definitely not middle class. In England, we tend to call them chavs. In America, they call them rednecks. In Australia, they call them bogans. In New Zealand, they call them Australians. I had this bogus looks at me, goes, Indian? Nah. Maori? Nah. You just look like an English bloke that's got a tan. Well observed, Mr. Bogan. I am, in fact, an English bloke with a tan. It's just that my tan is what you would call nowadays genetically engineered. My mum got a special injection about 50 years ago. Massive black one. Now listen, like I said, you do look pretty nice people, middle class, skier. You look nice, so I'm not going to do those terrible, stereotypical big black woolly jokes. Sorry about that. Yeah. Sorry, mate. Is that the software engineer? What's a bit of hardware? Okay. No, I can't, because I didn't take after my dad's side. No, that's not funny, mate. It's a sad story. I took after my mum's side. I've got a vagina. I show you later, mate. Big bush, big bush. Old school, really. Oh, he wants it, eh? I seem to get a lot of love from the guys. Must be a Dutch thing. Are you Dutch?
Yes.
Okay. There you go, you're both Dutch. You weren't sure, I don't want to associate with it. Oh, 'cause it does look like love, I've got to be honest, it does look like love, because the hands, either it is love or a kidnapping situation, it's very bizarre. Oh, look proper, blink twice when you're to save you, come on. How long have you been together? He knows. That's what I like to ask the guy, because he never knows. How long?
Depends.
But it depends. Huh?
7 months.
7 months, and you couldn't remember that? It was like 6 years. I mean, are you two a couple?
Yes.
How long are we together?
29 years.
There you go. I bet they're still shagging as well. Yes! See? It's good. Although she's going, who? See, somebody's got a bit. Oh, he's getting evil eyes now. I'm sorry, mate. I didn't mean to fuck it up. Cheers, mate. I've got the thumbs up. But yeah, because I've got to be careful, because I like to chat to people. I don't like to offend people. There's some people go on stage, they do edgy offences. No. I like to get on with it. But I weirdly still get myself in trouble. I do, and I never intend. I'll tell you one story, for example. I did this gig, right, it was in a pub in Croydon in South London. Right, that is a shithole, right? It's terrible, right? And on top of this, there was 30 women in the middle of the room on a hen party. Oh, it was horrible, man. They were pissed out of their heads. I was so drunk. There was a buffet there. They were throwing sausage rolls everywhere, heckling. It was like hell on toast. It was horrible, right? But then it was a really rowdy night. But then they had the audacity to tell us off for being rude and saying rude things like the head of the hens came up to you, right? Head hen. Head hen, right? She comes up to me. I was the MC that night, like Rachel's, and she goes, "I can't believe you and all your comedians are so rude. Even you." Points to me. You said the word vagina on stage. That's disgusting. Why can't you say something more pleasant, like lady garden? It's a lovely image, isn't it? Your lady garden. Unless, of course, you shave or wax, in which case it's more of a patio. Bit of crazy paving. Lovely water feature. I don't need to look at you when I said that, by the way. Lovely water feature. But yeah, it's good. We do get around. This job does take us all over the place. Obviously, it's good to be here in Holland, Netherlands. Which is it? Holland, Netherlands. I don't know. Is it Holland or the Netherlands? What would you call it? Oh, okay. Because I saw a fridge magnet. I saw a fridge magnet in a shop and it said Holland. So I don't know if say Holland or mate. You know stuff. I like this couple. I love this couple, but I trust you more. It's the grey hair, yeah, exactly. At least you got hair. I ain't got hair. Well, I'm just jealous of this guy. He's too good looking. I bet he's too good looking.
Well, no, I'm not.
I'm not making out of here alive. I'm not making out of here alive. Okay, so you would call it Holland or the Netherlands?
Netherlands.
Okay, all right, see, that's it. So why did the Holland thing? Because, listen, I did the show at the Edinburgh Fringe, right? And I've got those, you Dutch people, you're good, right? There was a guy in there, I said, where are you from? He said, I'm from the Netherlands. I can't really do the accent, I can't, right? But I'll try. I'm really going to get killed tonight, okay? So I said, where are you from? I'm in the Netherlands. I said, listen, let me ask you a question, my friend. Like, when I watch the football, right, on the telly, right, sometimes, like, you watch the World Cup, it says the Netherlands. Other times it says Holland. So which is it? Right? He goes, well, I say the Netherlands. I said, well, look, because you've got to stop being confusing. Stop being confusing. And he said to me, he goes, where are you from? I said, England. He said, England, okay, that's a country, right? I said, yeah. He said, where are we now? I said, Scotland. He said, it's a country, right? I said, yeah. He said, Wales. So as a country, well, sort of, yeah, it's a country. Okay, and Great Britain. All those three make Great Britain. I said, yeah. He goes, well, that's the country. Great Britain. I said, yeah. He said, you've got the Northern Ireland, which is a country, yeah? I said, so he said to me, so you've got, the official name is the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, which is a country. So you've got England a country, Scotland a country, Wales a country, Northern Ireland a country, Great Britain's a country, and United Kingdom. I said, all right, mate, fuck off. You win, okay. I do like here. It's like it's really cool. Utrecht, I love Utrecht. It's a cool city, innit? It's cool. No real rules. It's really cool. Same I've been to Amsterdam. It's really cool. No hard fast rules there. Same with Eindhoven, Enschede, Rotterdam. Other cities are more strict. Oh, come on! That's my new joke. That's the new one you're getting, right? More strict. Oh, you get it now? Easy going, more strict. Leave out the new stuff. But I love that because I like coming over to Europe, right? It's a great place because obviously, you know, there's an issue and it's been mentioned, there's the Brexit issue, you know, and it happened. And I like, because, you know, that Brexit happened. And I was very upset because I loved being part of the European Union. I really did. And there were people in the UK that voted to leave, right? And even some of my friends, there was a guy that I know, right, from where I used to work, Tony. Grumpy bastard, and a Chelsea fan, so he can really fuck. And he's the sort of guy that only ever goes on holiday to the Costa Brava, like Essex in the sun. You know, and he's like, I said, Tony, listen, why did you vote to leave the European Union? Why? And this is what he said: because the mainland Europeans, they don't like us Brits. And I was like, I think it's just you they don't like. It's just you. Because I've been all over. I've been here to the Netherlands. And it's cool here. You know, we get on as long as you connect with people, it's fine. Austria, Poland, Spain, Italy, all over, right? And even Germany, if it loves the Brits, good sense of humour. I'll be we've got a German every German. And obviously people say the Germans don't have a sense of humour. They do. It's just a bit weird. For example, the first time I ever went to Berlin, it was a few years ago now, I wanted a local reference. So I said, look, in England we call them chavs, America rednecks, Australia bogans. What do you call those kind of people here in Germany? A guy in the front row said, we call them foreigners. Thanks, mate. And so, because we get on with everyone, although I must admit, here's the thing, I know that someone from the Reunion Island, a French person, a little while ago I did have a person in the front row from Paris. So I said, Paris, come on, France, how do you feel about Britain voting to leave the European Union? And he looked at me and he goes, as far as we're concerned, you can just fuck off. And that's when I realised, being told to fuck off as an Englishman in a French accent, it really turned me on. Tell me again. And I was coming buckets. Because also, look, the Germans, I know we've got Germany in, they do let themselves down. Because people, we shouldn't stereotype people, but sometimes people stereotype themselves, don't they, right? Like in Germany, when it comes to the sense of humour, some people let you down, Germany. They do. Like, there's a Saturday night show I did last Christmas time. After the show, I went out, it was Berlin, late night city, went out, had a load of steins of beer, wine. I was so drunk. I had 2 hours sleep before the train to the airport. Right? I was on the train, right? I was trying to sleep like this, snoring away. Then this German woman just walks up to me and goes, hello, I was out. I said, oh, hello. I didn't recognise her. She goes, you were one of the comedians at the show last night. I was like, yeah. She goes, I was at the show. It was fantastic. I loved it. It really made my night. In fact, I am still laughing now. The Germans, they laugh on the inside, you see. But again, like, we get stereotyped, the Brits get stereotyped, and normally we've got a good sense of humour about it, but this one stereotype I really don't like. I really don't like it, right? We get told that we are lazy and ignorant and we never learn other languages. We get that a lot. Right? I don't think that's fair. Because I come here, people speak English. Go all over Europe, people speak English. I've been to Africa, Southeast Asia, people speak English. So we just don't have the same need to learn as other nations. It's just, that's what it is, right? But I make the effort. So again, I was in Berlin last Christmas. I love the currywurst. You know the currywurst? It's lovely, right? So I went up to this stand. It's late morning. I was a bit peckish. So I went up and I went, Guten Morgen. I looked at the board, thought I know my numbers. I went, right, ein Currywurst mit Pommes frites, bitte. And then he said something back to me. And I was like, oh shit. I didn't think it would go this far. So I just had to be honest. I said, I'm sorry, but I don't actually speak German. And he looked at me and he goes, yeah, neither do I. Don't waste your time. But yeah, that's another thing. Edinburgh Fringe. I was over at the Edinburgh Fringe, obviously Jeannie, Rachel, all at the Edinburgh Fringe. It was lovely. And here's the thing that I do, because Edinburgh Fringe, like same with the Brighton Fringe, Adelaide Fringe in Australia, you're there for a month. Right? You do a lot of shows in the evening, but during the afternoon, there's not a hell of a lot to do with regard to these kind of comedy shows. So what I do during the day is I host children's shows. I do all the same jokes. You know what I mean? Their favourite one is the massive fat one. They fucking love it. But this is the thing, and in many ways I don't get upset about this, right, Utrecht, but in many ways I prefer kids shows to grown-up shows. Two main reasons. First of all, and we saw it at the start with the empty kids always want to sit right at the front. You open the door, they run to the front, and the parents are like, oh, for fuck's sake. They stay at the back. Right? Also, as you know, little kids, they're very honest. They just say what they think and what they see, don't they, right? They've got no filter. So when I started the first show at the Edinburgh Fringe, I said, right, us children all at the front, we're having all the fun, playing all of the games. Right? And the kids were like, yeah. I said, grown-ups at the back, no fun for you. Boring, you're at the back, right? This little kid said, so only the children can have fun and play games. So yeah, just us children. And then he said, well, but then you can't play. It's like, it's my case. How old are you? He said, I'm 5. I said, same as me, I'm 5. He said, no, you're not. I said, mate, I've just had a really hard life. He stood up in front of 200 people, walked onto the stage, points in my face, goes, no, you're not. You're not a child. You're a grown-up. You're like 18. Let's say what they see. And have to moisturise. Another good thing about the kids is they love telling jokes. They love telling jokes. Little kids love telling jokes. So I get them up to tell jokes. It's just like a little joke off between me and them. And the reason I do that is because kids know how to, they know what a joke is and how to tell it, but they don't really get what it is that makes a joke funny. So it's good, you get weird, get wonderful. Anyway, I'll tell you some of my favourite ones, right? Earlier on in the Fringe, a little kid comes on stage, right? So I said, what's your name then? He said, Tommy. I said, where are you from? Edinburgh. Okay, what's your joke? He said, knock, knock. So I said, who's there? He said, Doctor. So knowing the TV show, I said, Doctor Who? And he went, Dr. Cabbage. The TV show's Doctor Who, that's the joke. There's no fucking Dr. Cabbage anywhere. Admittedly, I shouldn't have said that at the time. With his little head, cabbages are funny. However, a few days later, there's a kid from Fife. Now, Jeannie will know Fife, being from Scotland. The Kingdom of Fife. It's not a fucking kingdom, man. But this will give you an idea what Fife is like. Kid comes in, grabs the microphone from my hand, which is odd, walks to the front of the stage, just looks, he just stares at the audience. So I'm from the back of the stage. So are you going to tell us your joke then? Little 6-year-old kid. And he said, why did the duck jump in front of the train? Now I'm thinking this is weird. But trust me when I tell you, it's usually always very something silly, like the cabbage kid a few days ago. So I kept it light-hearted. So I said, I don't know. Why did the duck jump in front of the train? He goes, to kill himself. Even the ducks are depressed in Fife. One of the last ones, at the Fringe, I hear a voice in the back room in the darkness. Can I tell a joke? Okay, come on then. And this girl gets up, she's about 13. It's unusual because teenage girls do not want to get involved in this sort of thing, right? They're just too shy or embarrassed. So I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. So again, I gave her the mic because she was a bit older. And she looked at you once and said, what's the difference between an orphan and an apple? Well, this could be interesting. What's the difference between an orphan and an apple? And she goes, the apple gets picked. I don't get paid to deal with this shit. I'm not a counsellor. But you do get some kids more like they do their city proud. Jeannie was talking about Glasgow. There was a kid from Glasgow, about 6, Hamish his name was, right? He comes on stage and goes, if you're Scottish when you go into the toilet and you're Scottish when you come out of the toilet, what are you when you're in the toilet? European. That's mine now, thank you very much. I feel for him, she's great, he's got from Glasgow. Obviously, as you said, he's got an interesting city, to say the least. I wasn't, because after the Edinburgh Fringe, I did go to Glasgow. I've been there loads of times, it's fun, but after a few drinks can turn. But again, you've got to connect with an audience. You've got to connect with an audience. So when I was in Glasgow, right, I did this thing where I usually go on after a load of Scottish or Glaswegian comedians. So the first thing I said was, right, okay, let's get it out of the way. As you can tell from how I talk, I'm not from here, I'm from England. Obviously, Glasgow in Scotland, boo. Okay, I'll take that because of the rivalry. But what you need to know now, Glasgow, is also, as well as being English, I'm mixed race. My dad is a black guy from the Caribbean. So if you boo me now, you're racist. Glasgow, boo. Because, like I said, after a few drinks it can turn. So I'll tell you, if you're not aware of what Glasgow can be like, from what Jeannie said or what I've just said, this story that a guy told me in Edinburgh will give you an idea. Well, you've got to be careful if you ever meet Glaswegians. There's a load of Glaswegians, right, apparently this guy in Edinburgh went to Blair Drummond Safari Park with his family. Now, behind his car was a bus of Glaswegians on a day out. There's a massive hold-up in the park, nothing moves for ages. So all these Glaswegian guys, they get bored, so they get out of their bus and start walking around the park. They're smoking cigarettes, drinking beer. So the park ranger comes up and says, guys, will you please get back in your bus? There are lions everywhere. And one of the Glaswegian guys goes, relax, pal. We're not going to touch your fucking lion. That's why you do not mess with Glaswegian. Because even the lions, they're going, these Glaswegians are crazy bastards. They're not going to go crazy. That's right, guys. That's the best impression of a lion you're ever going to hear. Lions are from Africa, that's how they talk. Don't be fooled by some of these movies you watch. Listen, I'm a bit of a geek. You can tell by my little hoodie, I'm a bit of a geek. I love the Marvel superheroes. I love the Disney movies, but they don't tell the truth. They mislead the children. Like the Lion King, it's one of the biggest grossing cartoons of all time. Lion King, African lions living in Africa all their lives with American accent. How did that happen? Every lion has an American accent, except the nasty, evil, horrible brother, Scar. English accent. Oh, Simba, that is an elephant's graveyard. Only the bravest lions go there. Because he's evil, he has to have an English accent. Is this how the world sees the English? Don't answer that. It's ridiculous, it's not the only one. Aladdin, the bad guy in Aladdin, Jafar, right? He's Middle Eastern, he's Arabic. English accent. The hunchback of Notre Dame, the evil priest, who's always bullying and being nasty to Quasimodo. He lives in Paris, France. English accent. Die Hard, even Die Hard, not a Christmas movie by the way. The bad guy, Hans Gruber, he's German with a fucking English accent. But I do love my favourite cartoon, The Jungle Book. You gotta love The Jungle Book, it's a classic, isn't it? Most evil character probably in any cartoon, Shere Khan. the tiger, because all this tiger wants to do is find and kill a little boy. How nasty, big claws, English accent. I'm looking for a man cub. Where is he? I'm going to kill him. He's a Bengal tiger. He doesn't live in a city. He lives in the jungle. India. What he should be saying is, I'm looking for probably why I never get any voiceover work, to be fair. But it is just political times now, it's political times, isn't it? Obviously, have you got a Yank in it? Where's the American person? You're not the software guy, are you?
No.
Okay, go. What do you do?
I'm a doctor.
Oh, fuck me, okay. I'm definitely lying about that. You're the software guy, not you. Doctor of what?
Anesthesia.
Oh no, it's possible to sleep. Okay. Okay, listen, America. Look, I love America. Look, because I know. Look, listen. People slag off America, make fun of America. Obviously, look, your choice of presidents doesn't help, obviously. But listen, I've been to Texas and California, two quite different states, red and blue. Right? Okay. I think very positive, very upbeat, friendly people. My issue, if anything, is your neighbours to the north. Because when I travel around the world, if I hear your accent, oh, it's nice to meet you. I've been to the States. Where are you from? I'm not American. I'm fucking Canadian. And I'm like, sorry, but you do kind of sound the same. I always get the same response. How would you like it if I was to say that you sounded like you were from Scotland? I'm like, yeah, but I don't. There's one thing I don't like about America, and it's not your fault. Everyone in the world says things are bigger and better in the United States of America compared to Little Britain. I'm like, no, I'm not having that. We still got stuff that we own, which is much bigger and much better that we can be proud of than you've got in America. One example in America, you've got a place called Alcatraz. We got Australia. Still open, fully functional, way more Good, you know your history, I like it. The American, maybe not. Is that what I'm saying? But I do like, because obviously you know the history where we had loads of crims, stole loads of bread and shit 200 years ago, whatever. Got sent to this massive island on the other side of the world, locked them in these like big concrete buildings with steel bars, surrounded by miles of desert. And in that desert, you've got the most venomous snakes in the world, deadly spiders. Surrounded yet again by miles of ocean, great white sharks, tiger sharks, bull sharks, box jellyfish, crocodiles, stonefish. Then 200 years later, we've got people working in pubs in the UK. Yeah, I'm from Australia, man. How the fuck did you get out? How much security did we need? But we learned a lot about Australian wildlife, didn't we? Because obviously, you know, Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter, killed by a fish. Got weird, though, Steve. Because again, at the end of the day, man, I mean, Steve Irwin, he sort of wound up a few animals, didn't he? Upset a few animals. But say what you like about Steve Irwin and what he did. His heart was in the right place. Admittedly, if it wasn't, he'd still be alive. Now, they didn't like that in Melbourne. Anyway, but the thing about him is, like, he was Australia's answer to Princess Diana, wasn't he? When you think about it, both had exactly the same hairstyle. So, yeah. Like, I've got to go. Like, I'll wrap up. I'll talk about politics. I've got to go now. I've got to go. I hope you've had it. Time, but yeah, obviously Donald Trump. Weirdly, I suppose it didn't help that Joe Biden dropped out of the presidential race, which I found was fascinating, because I'm sure he didn't even know he was in the race. But obviously, I miss Barack Obama. Like, you know, he wasn't perfect, but I miss Barack Obama, right? You know, what I hated, though, I've got to be honest, I hated everyone saying the first black president. He wasn't black, like he was mixed race. Black dad, white mum. Talk about that integration. He's for everyone. But in my head, the most powerful man on the planet for 8 years. One of my people. A mixed racer. This is brilliant. And I started thinking, what about others like gold medalist Olympic legends? Daley Thompson, Kathy Freeman, Jessica Ennis. Legends, mixed race, gold medalists. Musical legends: Bob Marley, Jimi Hendrix, Shirley Bassey, Phil Lynott. Mixed race, the greatest Formula One driver ever, bit of a twat, Lewis Hamilton. Mixed race, one of the greatest sportsmen of all time, the richest, most famous maybe of all time, Tiger Woods. Mixed race. I can't help thinking that I have really underachieved in life. But then I get to play here in Utrecht, so I think I'm the winner. You guys have been great. Keep enjoying live comedy, and I'll see you later.